My son was diagnosed when he was 2, and at that time I did not even know what autism was. The only thing I knew was the Rain Man movie, so that was pretty bad. But I was in a doctor's office for his checkup and saw a magazine sitting there and had the red flags of autism, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, he has so many of these. He wasn't talking, he wasn't responding to us, was very in his own world. So we got him diagnosed after a long process, and it was very stressful because I knew nothing about services, it's hard enough to know how to educate a typical child, let alone a child with autism. So I was very afraid for his future. I just did not know what to expect since he wasn't talking. I didn't know if he would ever talk. It was really an emotional time. And once he was placed at Oakstone Academy by MRDD, then it was really starting to stress out not only about his future, but how we're going to pay for this, because it was very expensive. So when he turned 3 and we knew he was going to be transitioning out of the MRDD funding, it was just, I think God intervened in our lives, I really do, because that was the exact time that the Autism Scholarship became available, and it was like, oh my gosh, how perfect is that to help us keep him at this school that's been helping him. That was only a couple months later he started to talk. He said his first word, and a few months later than that he said his first sentence. So it was like everything just started to click in place. His behavior at home started improving. It was such a relief to us just to know that he's being served in a school where they're helping not only his academics but his social and his behavioral kind of needs that he had. So it was amazing. It took so much stress off of our family. I think that the scholarship program saves the state a lot of money personally, because instead of that money going to the public school district for them to implement the IEP, it's allowing that parent to take those same dollars and then implement the IEP through private providers. So from the state standpoint, it doesn't cost anything additional to have the scholarship, but at the same time it's allowing families to get those services that they need that the districts are not providing, or they're not able to provide, or whatever the situation is. It allows that parent to then access what the child needs.